In this video, I'm going to show you the quick and easy way to color in die cuts using water-based markers. And I'll be using the Hero Arts bi-monthly Superhero February 2026 card kit of the month to create this beautiful spring card. Hi, this is Anna of Crafty Anna Studio. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I post paper crafting and card making tutorials. Before we get into the project, let's take a quick look at the February 2026 Hero Arts Card Kit of the Month. Here's a bit of a disclaimer. I do get the kit about a month and ahead of time before release, so I don't have the original packaging. But I will show you what's in the regular kit as well as what's in the Superhero Kit add-ons. So first up, we have this cute little stamp and cut set called Hoppy Spring. That's Hoppy Spring. Now this stamp set is in the Superhero Kit, and this is called Wildflowers. Both stamp sets are stamp and cut sets, so they have coordinating dies. And I have them here in this magnetic mat. This one is the Hoppy Spring dies on this side, and on the other side I have the Wildflowers dies. Next up are the fancy dies. This one is the Springtime Blooms on this side, and this is from the regular set. And you can see it's a variety of beautiful flowers, leaves, and stems. And then in the Superhero set, you have an add-ons like a grass die and a trio of bunnies. Also in the regular My Monthly Hero Kit, you get layering stencils called Field of Flowers. And this is a background stencil set, and you have 4 stencils to create a beautiful background of wildflowers. Then next, in the Superhero set, you're going to get the coordinating stencils for the Hoppy Spring stamp set. This contains 4 stencils, and these stencils color in the images from the stamp set. I'll show you what I mean here. I'll get the stamp set and look at the flower, and you have the stencil here that you can color the flowers quick and easy using a blending brush. I'm not sure what your kit comes with, but mine came with this list of the contents in the kits, both the regular kit and the add-ons in the Superhero Kit. So this is how I pack my kits. I put in the information card first, and then I add the 2 stamp sets right in front. And then at the back, I add the stencils and all the die cuts. If you want a more detailed view of how I store my stencils and how I keep tabs of all the sentiments and images of all my kits in the past, I'll have it linked in the video description below as well as the end of the video. Oh, and before I forget, the kit also comes with cardstock. And now let's get into the project. Off camera, I had already die cut all the elements I needed for my cards using watercolor paper. I also kept the negative pieces of the die cuts. This will come in very handy in making the coloring much easier. Before I start coloring, I will prepare all the materials I need. A spray bottle filled with water, water-based markers. I am using the Kuretake Clean Color Brush Markers. You can use Tombow or Korin water-based markers for this technique. A microfiber cloth or paper towel, and some washi tape. First, I will take the panel of negative die cuts, flip it over to the back side, and then I'll add washi tape across each opening. Next, I'll flip it over and paper piece each die cut. The washi tape will hold everything together while coloring. For the white daisies, I'm going to use gray to add dimension to the inner parts of the petals. So the first technique is I apply the color directly into the inner area right in the middle. Then I take my spray bottle and give it a few spritzes of water. And you can see the water's moving around a little. So I'm just going to spread it with the tip of my finger. Then I'm going to take the microfiber cloth and I'm going to dab the outside areas. I'm not touching the middle. Another technique is before adding color, you first spray the area with water. Let it soak in a little. Then I will dab it with a microfiber cloth. So the die cuts are a little bit damp. Then I will add the color right in the middle. Then I'll dab it a little bit just to lighten it up. Now while that's drying, let's work on these little daisies. So I'm going to do the same technique by adding the color first right in the middle. Then give it a few spritzes of water. This time I'll just let it sit while I work on the inner part of the flower. I'm going to be using this beige and a darker brown. First, I'm just going to scribble all over. Then I'm going to add water. Then I'm going to dab the outside. Now I find it's a little bit too light, so what I'll do is I'll come in again with the color and just scribble some more. Then I'll let it sit, and then I'll add the darker colors later on. So while that's drying, I'm working on the leaves. This time I'm just scribbling away. No rhyme or reason here, just scribbles. Then I spray it with water. Then while that's drying, I'm going to add more color to the inner part. I'm using the same beige color. I'm just leaving the middle lighter. Then I'm taking a darker brown and adding that to the base. And then a little bit at the top. And then using the beige one again, I'm coming back and blending it all in, leaving a little bit of lightness in the middle. Then I'm taking a darker green and I'm going to add that to the leaves here. Just scribbling again. Then I'm taking the lighter green once again and adding it to the tips of the leaves. I must apologize for my voice. I don't know what happened, but it's now very raspy. So apologies in advance. So here I'm scribbling more and then adding water. And now let's work on this little yellow flower. So I'm using yellow, using an orange for the middle, and this one is like a tan color, just for more depth. Scribbling away, and then I will spritz it with water, and then I'm just going to leave that to dry. Then I'm going to work on more leaves. This time I'm using a light olive green for this one, then adding a dark colored olive green, then spritzing it with water. Now that I'm waiting for everything to dry, I'm going to start assembling the flower. And this is how I assemble it. First, I remove the die cuts from its negative space. This big one is the base. Then I'm going to add glue to the middle and then offset it and add it to the middle. And then this one I'm going to add for more, to make it look fuller. Just like that. And then I'm adding more glue to the middle and then adding this part. And there you go. It looks quite realistic and it looks like you spent hours watercoloring them. And here I have done more off camera. And I have the little one here. That's exactly that. And then I have this yellow flower. So to do that, I added orange to the middle and a little bit of the tan color. I added this tan color to the middle just to give it a little bit more depth to the flower. And then I'm going to add some more. It's a little damp. Then I will come in with the orange and blend it out, and then come in again with the yellow and blend it out. What I normally do is I do all the yellow flowers first and then all the stems and leaves at the same time. But because I'm doing a little demo here, I'm just showing you all the different colors that I used. So let's work on the rabbit. And this one is super easy. And this rabbit is white. So I have to add a little bit of gray. So I'm just going to scribble the gray markers in the outline of the rabbit, a little bit on his underside, and then the top of his head, under his little arms or paws. And then after that, I'm just going to spritz it with water. Then I'm just going to dab in certain areas where I think it's too dark. Then I'm going to add pink to his ears and the tip of his nose. And I'm going to spray that as well so it softens the color. And that's about it. I have my bunny. Now the background is even easier to create. So what I did was I scribbled 3 different kinds of greens all over a watercolor panel. I started with the lightest green, and then a medium green, and then finally a darker green. Then I'll get spray bottle and spray generously over the panel. And you can see how the colors are moving around. To speed up the process, I'm using my heat tool, and I'm just going to dab all the excess water that's pooling at the bottom and at the top. Then I need to add more color because the sides are a little bit bare. So I'm just scribbling in more of the green, the light green, and the dark green, and then repeating the process. This time I'm using my fingers to spread everything around. You can use a brush for this, but then I didn't have my brush near me, so I'm just using the tips of my fingers. I'm going to use a brush later on when I do the sky. Speaking of sky, I'm using 2 kinds of blue, a light blue and a dark blue, a darker blue. And this one I'm just scribbling all over, about a little more than halfway. And then the darker blue just on the top and in the sides. I'm not coloring the bottom of the panel because that's where the grass is going to be. So this time I'm using a brush and I'm just spreading the color around. Then I'm going to take my microfiber cloth and just dab certain areas to lighten it up. And this is like the clouds in the sky. And that's all there is to it. So I'm setting aside to dry. Now that everything is dried, let's assemble the card. For the base, I have a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of watercolor paper. And then for the grass, I've already die cut it out using the grass die in the My Monthly Superhero Kit. And then this is the background of my card. Then I have all the elements that I had colored earlier. I also have some ink because I'm going to ink blend the grass. And this is because I wanted the tops of the grass to stand out against each other since I'm doing a layered look. Then I'll take the largest of the 3 die cuts and add it to the card. So I'm going to add glue to the side, the bottom, and on the other side, and a little bit in the middle. I'm not going all the way to the top because I'm going to be inserting some flowers and leaves. Then I'm going to just trim off the excess on the side. Then I'm going to add the second layer. Pretty much the same way, add glue to the back, then add it on top, and then I'm going to add the third layer. Then next, I'm going to now add all the elements for the scene. So I'm going to add a daisy. I'm going to use the small daisy for this one. And later on, I'm going to use the big daisy for another project, which I'll show at the end of the video. So I added a daisy and then the bunny looking up at the daisy, and then just arranging my flowers here and there, trying to make it a balanced scene. And then once I'm happy, I'm going to just adhere everything together. So first the flower in the middle, then the bunny, then the rest of the flowers. I'm glad to be back doing the My Monthly Hero kits. I've actually stopped doing these kits for about 2 years now when I was on the design team. I just had too many things going on. But now that I'm no longer in the design team, I have a bit of leisure in creating videos using the kits. I am a collector of the kits, as you know, so if you are also into the My Monthly Hero kit, or if you just like to see all the techniques that I use while creating with the kits, you're welcome to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. So here it is, the finished card. And then this is another card that I created off camera. And you can see I used a large daisy. I made a bouquet. And then I created a background for this, which is from last month's kit. And then I tied the bouquet with a ribbon that's also in the kit. And then I added a sentiment, miss you. I hope you learned something new. And if you would like to check the contents of the kit in more detail, I have them linked in the video description below. Thanks so much for dropping by and watching my video. Have a wonderful crafty day. Till next time. Bye.